What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video? Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Tuesday, August 9th. It's day 35 inside the Big Brother house. A couple of things I forgot to kind of mention in yesterday's video. They were just little fun tidbits. There was a new controversy, a new mystery that happened in the house last night, and that was Cidergate. So I mentioned how they had booze and everybody was kind of having a good time drinking, relaxing, just, having a good party atmosphere. And apparently there were these ciders that Michael had, and Indy put one aside so that he could have it later, but then it went missing. And she was furious. She was asking everybody was fighting with each other. She was accusing Alyssa. She was accusing Jasmine, who doesn't even drink, of drinking it. It was a big mess. The best part about this, Michael didn't care. Michael did not care one bit at all about the cider. So that was just kind of an interesting little thing that happened. And I just love the idea that Indy was like storming around the house being like, who drank this cider? And Michael's just like, I don't care. It's not a big deal. We also had Jaylor. So that is the name given to Joseph and Taylor's little fake showmance. But is it really fake? We'll see. So pretty much the whole house at this point knows that Taylor has this crush on Joseph, and they're thinking that Joseph might have this little crush back on her. Indy hates this. Indy is so mad whenever she sees them together. And we shared that clip in an update a while back where she literally said to Joseph, she's like, every time I see you with that, I hate it. It seems like it's something out of a horror movie. And it's been really kind of interesting to watch this all kind of play out, because I think Taylor actually has feelings for Joseph. Now, maybe it's just the whole idea of like being in the house and you never know what's going on and it's a weird environment, right? But it should be interesting to see going forward if maybe this actually does turn into a full-on showmance eventually. Meanwhile, we might see the splitting of a showmance, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's pick up where things left off this morning yesterday morning with the veto meeting. So before the meeting, Michael actually filled in Terrance, and he's like, yeah, I just don't feel comfortable doing it. I made a promise to Monte, and I would be going back on that, and if I did that, then maybe Joseph's coming after me. Like, I don't know who would be, what would happen if I take that shot at him. Plus, him and Daniel are kind of in the same position right now. They're both big targets. We can get one out this week. We can get one out the next week. And I didn't make a promise to Daniel. And Terrance is like, hey, no problem. That's cool. No worries. He went to Daniel, actually lied to Daniel about it. He was like, yeah, he's undecided. I don't know what's going to happen. But then went to Jasmine, who then filled in Alyssa and Indy that it wasn't going to be used. So there really wasn't much of a blindside at the meeting, except for apparently Michael's speech was amazing. He actually quoted Daniel from his nomination speech back when he was nominated by Daniel. So it was kind of nice to be able to kind of spin that back on him. There was definitely disappointment from the other side of the house about, the veto being used and Daniel going up on the block and not being able to get Monte out this week. But it was not a surprise to them because they were kind of filled in on it. Daniel kind of went around. He was saying there was no point in campaigning. There's this big mass alliance that's taken over. I love this too. He says, I can't wait to see the people that I love, Paloma and Nicole. Go have fun with them, Daniel. Meanwhile, Kyle actually had a little cam talk to us, and he said, yeah, I'm all in with the leftovers again. Like, this is, who I'm riding with. What Alyssa did, that was sloppy. I can't believe her and her friends tried to make a move on Monte, and I can't trust her as far as the game goes anymore. Wait, hold on, Kyle. I'm a little confused here. Did you not somewhat pitch that to Michael when he won HOH? I'm just, I'm a little confused here, and I think Kyle is as well about even his own moves. Now, before we get into a new alliance chart, which I have, and more of what the plan is going forward, and some really fun stuff that happened with Joseph and the other side, let's get into just some kind of fun stuff that happened in the house. So, some of you may know, it's kind of a running theme every year. Bugs are a problem inside the Big Brother house. Ants are always everywhere. These house guests are a mess. But they've also had an issue with flies. So a bunch of them were in the backyard and they're trying to kill flies. Joseph is like a fly killing master and will like leave the fly as like, this shows all the other flies what's going to happen to them. But Turner was in the backyard and he was swinging around a pool cue like a sword trying to hit some fly out there. Apparently, he hit the pool table and just cracked it in half. We didn't actually see it happen. We just see the aftermath of him holding 2 pool cues. People were dying outside and we were laughing so hard. But that was kind of a funny little moment. Speaking of Turner, who really, I feel at this point, he brings the fun aspect to the season. We have another gate issue. Another one. There's another mystery inside the house, but we'll get to that. So the baby wipes that Jasmine has, she's like, man, I am losing these really quickly. They should not be going this fast. They're going faster than I am using them. Someone's using my baby wipes. Who is using my baby wipes? I'll give you one guess. It's Turner. Turner is using the baby wipes. He said, to be fair, I didn't know they were hers at first. So honestly, all the hijinks that Turner pulls in the house, he's a menace. He's a menace inside the house, and I love it. I love every minute of it. So let's get into our new alliance chart and a lot of really fun information that we got from the other side of the house. So let us debut our brand new alliance chart for week number 5. Here we go. You've got the leftovers on one side, pretty much same as it was. You got the pounds, you got the outsiders, you got our final 2s down there. Not much has changed. I have added the name of the Chen bots for Michael and Brittany. That's kind of their name that they're going for. Anybody who doesn't know, that's the nickname for Julie Chen, and people were kind of like, she's a robot, right? So they call her the Chen bot. So they're calling themselves the Chen bot. I don't think that's going to be mentioned on the show as a name, but I added it. You will see, though, on the other side of the house there, we have kind of the 5 of them that have pulled back together of the old school alliance, but they have a new name, and it's not a name that they came up with. This is a name that the leftovers have started calling them, the convenience store. Why, you might ask? Well, they just do everything that's convenient. They have no loyalties. They're just going with what will save them and what's the best strategy going forward. I also like the kind of double end of it too, because you can go to the convenience store and get everything you need. All the information is right there for them. And yeah, Joe went to the convenience store. He didn't even really try to go to them. They pretty much went to him, and they did this right in the middle of the living room. Everyone's watching them, and they're just flat out talking game to Joseph, being like, yeah, you know what? Like, that other side of the house, they're all together. Here's what we're thinking of doing. Now that we have Kyle and Daniel on the block, well, I think it's time that we send Kyle home. We gotta convince Alyssa to vote out Kyle, because could you imagine how amazing this would be for Alyssa to vote out her showmans and Kyle? It would be great TV. Alyssa's all about great TV. So their plan right now is to have Joseph be the swing vote to be able to vote out Kyle this week. And it's amazing how they just have no clue what's really going on. And it's been so much fun to watch the leftovers just continue to just gather all this information and just go, okay, well, where do we go from here? They also had this amazing part of the plan where they wanted to blame Brittany as the reason why it flipped to protect Joseph's vote and blame Brittany for it. How do they think this is going to work? Honestly, it blows my mind that they really think these are good plans. They were so convinced they actually sent Joseph upstairs to kind of spy on the others while they were up there. Because they were like, at this point, they've pretty much clocked the leftovers minus Kyle and Joseph. They pretty much have an idea that Monte, Taylor, Brittany, Michael, they're all working together. They think Turner's attached, mainly because of Turner not putting Taylor on the block the week that Ameerah was evicted. So they pretty much have an idea that that alliance is together, but they don't know that Joseph is involved with it, and they don't believe that Kyle's involved with it too much. So it's been really fun to watch this kind of all break down. Now, here's kind of the issue going forward for next week, because right now it's going to be Daniel who leaves. I don't think the leftovers are going to agree to go, yeah, let's get rid of Kyle at this moment, because I think at this point they realize, look, Alyssa's like, seems like she must be on board. Like, she's not actually talking to Joseph. Like, Joseph's gathering all this information, but Alyssa's not there. Like how I went for information, kind of mixing information and Alyssa. So that's kind of how that's been working. And it's interesting to see Kyle go like, well, I guess, hey, good for her. I mean, I'm playing the same game where I want to get her out. Are you, though? Are you? It's definitely weird to see a showmance on such opposite ends. By the way, they continue to kind of deny how much of a showmance they are. Like, Kyle keeps saying, like, oh yeah, we haven't even kissed on the lips, and he'll say things to the other people like, would it be? Do you think it's okay if I get into a showmance? What do you mean get into? You're in one, bud. Like, stop. Everybody knows it at this point. But going forward for next week, here's the big issue. Because if the convenience store, if they believe that Joseph is going to vote with them, well, that's going to be weird on eviction night when the votes don't line up with that. They'll kind of know, okay, well, Joseph's with them. Kyle might not be with them, but that still means if one of the other side wins HOH and the besties are over, there's a good chance a leftover is going to be going home. So the HOH this upcoming week is going to be huge. They cannot have Indy, Alyssa, Jasmine, or Terrance win HOH, especially if the besties are still going. Personally, I don't think the besties are going to last after this week. I think they're going to be done now that we're getting into the jury phase. But there is always that potential that it goes one more week into jury, but we still don't know. On that note as well, the plan right now is if Kyle does have to choose a group, that he should choose the group with Taylor, Alyssa, and Indy, because that kind of portrays that, oh yeah, we're protecting Alyssa. But really the ideas are like, hey, maybe they're like the besties don't end and there's a double and you have to evict 2 people from a besties group. Or if there's 2 people on the block, like both of them go home. So they're kind of worried about that kind of a situation. But for the most part, HOH is going to be a must for them to win this week. But other than that, that pretty much covers everything that happened. I will be posting this alliance chart on my Twitter, so if you want to get the full image, you can go check that out and get the full HD quality image, full screen for it, so you can have it for all of your Big Brother watching, and you can reference it. And as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are new here. Hit that like button if you did make it all the way to the end of this video. And that notification bell will send you a notification every time I post a video, every time I go live. There's links for my Twitch down in the description, and I should have a pinned comment down there. Our Discord, you can come join the Discord, hang out, kind of chat BB, and everything really. If you're into video games, other TV shows, let me know in the Discord. There's plenty of channels in there for you to post all kinds of cool stuff. And for for me to get a chance to meet and know a lot of you guys, because there are so many of you who have shown up in the past few weeks, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every single one of you who watch my videos and support me through all of this. It's been a wild ride, and I can't thank you enough. But that is it for me. My name is Ori, and I will see you next time.